Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and Blizzard, in my opinion, missed a giant opportunity with the latest core set, as you can probably see in my tweet here, as well as we'll talk about some other examples. But in this video, I wanted to take a look at the latest core set for Hearthstone, what's been working, what's been, not working so well, and again, kind of like some missed opportunities. And by the way, we are super close not only to 69,000 subs, which would be awfully nice, but to completing our road to 69,420 subs. There's going to be a big giveaway when we hit that milestone, so hit that sub button, make me go broke, and well, douchebag Zeddy would awfully appreciate that. So what missed opportunities am I talking about? Well, in the thumbnail, I've got Dr. Boom, right? Dr. Boom actually tweeted out earlier, am I going to see anybody main deck this card? Am I going to see anyone play this? And well, it is been over a month. I've yet to see someone play it other than like a created by paparazzi, I guess. But the other one to me is the Black Knight, although it's not like the worst discover option, I guess, as an undead in that niche situation. And I don't think anybody main decks this. And by the way, I expect plenty of comments to be like, Zeddy, I main deck this, it's broken, you're an idiot, what are you doing? But regardless, like, yeah, a 4-mana card that can destroy a taunt mini. This used to be a 6-mana 4/5. They went through the effort of buffing it by 2 mana and all that, and I'm just like, man, how much cooler? I know this is more like hindsight and all that, but this was something I had pitched before, like early in the year, of Justicar Trueheart being buffed to 4 mana, giving you the upgraded hero power. I still don't think this would be a meta card, but maybe something for Warrior. Let Warrior get a hero power that could give armor, like tank up 4 armor to try and compete with druids that are, well, they're getting like 5 armor or more and 5 attack, but I just thought, a card like that can really let players do some cool stuff, whereas the Black Knight, it's like, whatever. And again, Dr. Boom, it's like so outdated. Same with Ragnaros. You don't really see those cards, and I feel like the neutral legendaries missed the mark so far, but I will give them that out of, Brand Bronzebeard last year, right? That kind of broke the game, and maybe they just wanted to play it safer and go for less impactful neutral legendaries outside of one. And that's, of course, Zilliax. Zilliax's not seeing like a ton of play, but it's still decent in today's game. You could put this in your deck, do some good stuff, especially if you got magnetics going on. But Zilliax, I think we can all say, was not a missed opportunity. It was a great one. So of the 4 neutral legendaries they put in, I'd say 3 have been a total miss. But hey, Zilliax is pretty, you just can't complain about Zilliax. You just can't, except when it denied me lethal the other game. They should delete the card. It was very upsetting. Let me go fights! One of the other big, missed opportunities was to give Warrior a good legendary to work with. They put Armageddillo, they buffed it by 1 health, and do you care? No, when you have a card like Ringmaster Watley just sitting there in Wild, it has Battlecry draw, Mech, Dragon, and Pirate. They've been forcing what with Warriors right now? The whole menagerie package. How good would it have felt for Ringmaster Watley to be that legendary, to give some help for Warriors? So that, to me, is the biggest missed opportunity. And the one, I don't know if this is a missed opportunity, I just find it really funny, was a legendary that was made specifically for the core set. That's why I don't even own it. You have to open it in a pack now or craft it. You know what? Let's whale it up live on YouTube here. We're gonna craft it golden because I have way too much dust. I might as well. But regardless, they made Corvus and they rotate it right after Outcast Demon Hunter finally becomes a deck. Because yeah, after you play a card with Outcast, return this to your hand, and it's been replaced by Kane Sunfury, which hasn't seen much play. It's just like, not that Outcast Demon Hunter needs the help, not that they would run this card. I just think it's kind of funny that a card that would utilize Outcast so much, and that's in Wild, and to be fair, the Wild lists don't run it either, so it probably was the right call. And I guess the last of the missed opportunities before we just go into core set cards and all of that is just the legendary pool in general. Irrelevant, basically, almost their entire run. Scenario saw it play very early on in Hearthstone's history. Kiri got buffed, still ain't doing anything. If you look through the majority of the classes, I gotta say the core set legendaries have been great. This, by the way, is an awesome addition. Dark Bishop Benedictus, allowing Shadow Priest to remain. Love it or hate it, it's good that that power level is there and all of that. Katrina Muerte, not doing a ton, but still, I think the other legendaries make a lot of sense. Izor giving Totem Shaman a lot of life in standard. It's doing pretty well. Melganis cheating that out. I just wish Lord Jiraxis was 8 mana. We're all pretty happy with the remainder of the legendaries. And if you even look at HS replay of the cards that just don't see much play in decks that win, it's what you would expect, a lot of just neutral garbage, but again, you see Cinderace pop its ugly head. Surprisingly, Ysera, the arena killer, not amazing, but you take a look at all these old cards and how outclassed they are, it's pretty crazy. But even like the middle of the road, still like 48, 50%, and a lot of positive. This core set, very, very powerful, integral to a lot of different decks. The strongest additions was Illidari Studies in like every single Demon Hunter deck because of course, but this one felt like a cheap shot. You could put any of the study cards almost like Nature Studies and Druid. Imagine that, but it has been one of the more impactful core set cards. Ironically, Witchwood Apple got buffed. Not only did it go half in cost, but all the tokens are half the cost and still doesn't really see play. I've been genuinely shocked that Solar Eclipse is not like basically played right now in Druid, which is just weird. This card's so good, but you really got to have those spells, and it doesn't have something like Arbor Up or Cenarian Ward to really take advantage of it. So I guess Solar Eclipse is only as broken as the spells that go with it. I guess that makes sense, you know? Arcane Artificer has made me realize how much I miss playing this card. Already buffed from a 1/2, 1/3. It's just so good in Skeleton Mage, gaining so much armor that, yeah, I just really missed it. But ironically, allows Mage to seem to gain more armor than Warrior, and also Druid does that too. I just feel really bad for Warrior these days. And I wanted to kind of make a video talking about Overheal, but the numbers are so limited on it still. It does seem to be doing some work, but the Overheal mechanic has seemed to be a pretty good addition to the core set, to the game, with Clergy being the front runner of the best one. Just basically, if you heal it over its, you know, its health, right? So you heal it over 3, you draw a card. It's been doing pretty well. It hasn't been overwhelming, it hasn't been underwhelming, but it's been a pretty darn good mechanic, I think, so far, and it'll be interesting to see where it goes. But again, that was just something that was thrown in this year that we haven't talked a lot about. I mean, obviously, Mana Geode's breaking the game, right? It is incredible to take a look at, you know, like Grand Totem to Izor and Think From Below, adding just a couple of those cards made Tome and Shaman like a fringe deck to just really good, not even having to do with the actual additions to this latest expansion, has been really cool to see. And it doesn't feel like super unfair. It's been a really well executed plan, at least so far for Shaman, and it's like the only playable deck for Shaman right now too. And I'm gonna leave off with my favorite core set card that they put in Defile. I barely see it because Warlock is so irrelevant, and the only like good Warlock deck at the moment is still just kind of like Imp Warlock, and you don't want to defile your own Imp. So it's crazy that one of the best board clears, if not the best board clear in Hearthstone history, is barely even seeing play right now. But it's ironic, Trump gave this 1 star way back in the day because he's like, well, Warlock's not going to see play, so Defile's a 1-star card. And right now, Warlock's not seeing a lot of play. And does that mean it's a 1-star card? I don't rate cards like that, but he was right on his basis, and we're kind of back to that point. But at some point, Defile will be OP again, don't worry. And I don't know, this is kind of just a random little video talking about the core set. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on like what cards have stood out to you, what cards would you have liked to have seen thrown in there maybe instead, or are you just really happy with the decisions they made? Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.